Steve Tasker, the Buffalo Bill great, and now works for the Buffalo Bills, One Bills Live, which airs weekdays from 1 to 3 Eastern, and also WGR Sports Radio 550. I know it's short notice joining us, Steve, so thank you. How was it getting to the stadium this morning?
This morning it was pretty problem-free, not a big issue. I'm about 12 or 13 minutes from the stadium. We got about 18 to 22 over the weekend, and driveways plowed, roads are clear. It's all going to be fine today. If you give them a chance, the snow removal people here in Western New York are pretty on it. They know what they're doing, but it does take some time, and this snowstorm couldn't have hit at a worse moment.
Okay, the role that weather will play this afternoon for this game is what?
Just a cold weather game. It's sunny here now. It's bright and sunny and clear, which is kind of the way it works out here, right? So I think it's going to be a normal, sunny, clear, cold game. I don't know what the surface of the field is going to be because it did get a lot of snow. They'll try and clear it, which they will, but and it'll stay clear. Don't know if it's frozen solid though. That's going to be an issue. We'll have to wait and see how the field progresses during the day. But for the most part, running around and playing, these guys will be fine.
As far as game plans, do the conditions or playing a day later change the philosophy with Buffalo offensive game plan and the Steelers offensive game plan?
I don't think so. I think it goes back to more normal. If they had tried to go yesterday, it would have been a farce. Neither team would have been able to do anything. It was just horrible out. It would have been unbelievably bad. So that having the game today really comes down to which team can have a late wrench thrown into their routine and be okay with it. Certainly, I think it'll be much easier for the Bills at home to hang in there another day rather than have the Steelers. I mean, I as a player, Dan, you get into a routine in the season, you're ready to go. You got your pregame, your pre-travel, you go to the restaurant, you get your food, you go to the plane, you get on the plane, you sit with your boys, you're all of that. Now all that got put on hold, it's like all of a sudden it's not there. So these guys got it like, wow, now we've got all these guests in town. Now I got to kind of stay another 24 hours when I should be playing. Now we're not playing. Now I got to wait to go to the hotel. It's going to be a big distraction in the last hours leading up to this game because of this 24-hour delay. And I think how it is. Some of the guys are going to handle it fine. It's not going to be a deal. Some of them, it might be better for them. Others, it's going to be catastrophic. It's going to be a distraction. They're going to show up all hairy. They got a problem. The wife, the kids, the mom and dad's in town. You got all this stuff going on trying to get your family to the game. And some guys will handle it well and some won't. And I think that's the thing that is going to be interesting to see. And that's really, too, one of the unpredictable things about this storm hitting.
And I also wonder about this, that the Bills, maybe they don't need to be reminded, but they're reminded they're 10-point favorites against the Steelers coming in without T.J. Watt. But looking what happened to the Cowboys yesterday, some of the surprises here, the Browns losing against the Texans, it's almost like they were able to see this, watch this, and just remind themselves that do not take Pittsburgh for granted.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see what the game plan is, because if you're a heavy favorite I've said it before, this has been a team that's been good enough to go to and win the Super Bowl for about 4 or 5 years now. But they haven't played well on the last game of the season. You got to play well on that day. You can be the better team, but it doesn't matter if you don't play well. Some of that pressure, I think, comes along with this Bills team after what happened last year, certainly with the Damar Hamlin and all the things and the 2 storms that they had to suffer through and all the stuff they went through last year. They were done at the end of last year. This year is not really that many excuses. They need to play well. And if they feel that kind of pressure, it could cause them to come out flat and get off to a slow start, like Miami did, like the Dallas Cowboys did. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. Now, certainly, if they handle this delay well and come out and play their game and they come out and aggressive and you see Josh Allen throwing it around a little bit early, yeah, there's no stopping this team. This Bills team is really good. Now, Nobody's going to, I don't care who it is, nobody's going to beat these guys like the Cincinnati Bengals did last year by double digits. They don't lose games by double digits. They win them like that sometimes, but this is a team that goes into one-score games a lot. So they're going to take a punch. They can take a punch if this Pittsburgh team starts to swing at them.
It always comes down to Josh Allen is the reason why they're going to win, and Josh Allen factors in when they lose, Steve. I mean, it just feels like that's the reality. It sounds harsh, but that's the feeling I get. Do you think that that's the case for this team this year?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the only reason that people kind of point to Josh being the reason they lose, he puts the ball at risk. And then you look at the top quarterbacks in the NFL, they're all in the playoffs and they all turn it over a bunch. Now they'll go through stretches where they won't, like Jordan Love has gone through a stretch where now he's not turning it over, and that's a huge boost. But I think if you're going to play well and play well offensively in the NFL, you're going to put the ball at risk. You got to have a quarterback that's going to sling it. Josh has never been shy about doing that. And like I said, even if he turns it over 3 times, I mean, this team was -3 in the turnover department in a game and won it. They don't care. They know they can score points. They know Josh is going to keep them on the field when he needs to. He's going to run it when he needs to. He is, and I think this is what the point in history we're at, Dan. If you got a great quarterback, he isn't great unless he can take the perfect defensive call for their team and turn it into a touchdown for your team. Josh does it. Lamar does it. Mahomes does it. It's a short list. Josh is at the top of it.
Have fun today. Great to talk to you as always, Steve. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm the legend of the game. I get to rev the crowd up before the game, so it'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you, Steve.
All right, Dan.
Steve Tasker, former Bills All-Pro, CBS sports analyst.